Heyo everybody, what's up? Tom here, back at you with another video. And today, we have a fucking fun as shit build, let me tell you. We are rocking Fury of the King. But what class are we? What ascendancy are we using? Smith of Kitava. Okay? And to be fair and honest, I drew a lot of inspiration for this build from Jorgen. This is essentially, I'm basically following Jorgen's build. I wasn't originally, but I kind of respect into what he's doing. But it's not all the same. It's not all the same. There are differences, although less now because I'm not using. One of the big differences before was I was using I forget what it was called, the one where you slam the ground and make all the fissures. But now I'm using the one where you leap, slam the ground, and make fissures, and I think he's using that as well. But anyway, here we are. So we've got the talisman, which cost me 7 divine. And now I have this move. It's very buggy. You see the way that it moves. But this move is really good because it creates these fissures. And then the fissures, when you slam on the fissures activate and they deal more damage and you gain more rage. So, yeah, very good. And what you do is you jump, make fissures, and then everything else you do after that is going to activate the fissures. You also have this little thing called Walking Calamity. And so you are just a fucking bringing storms of destruction with you everywhere you go. We also have, I'm not sure if this is queued up yet right now. Sometimes when you war cry, you actually have enough glory that you turn into the ancestral mode. And when you're in the ancestral mode, all of your footsteps are slams, so it's proccing these fissures. So sometimes it does so much damage and it's just badass. You lay down a bunch of these. And then you proc your ancestral cry and you just proc these fissures. Of course, Stampede is very good. This is also slams. So it's actually more of your like daily driver. You do this a couple of times, then you Stampede. And you see how you proc those. You need to have rage, but you know. This also generates a lot of rage and does hella damage. Let's see what I got from Mound.
Check out what came in for you.
Alright, 10x, so my little gem flipping scheme worked. Wait, no, I need to go to my shop.
Oh, it's you.
Alright, 17 Exalt. Wait,
Can I help?
what did I sell? Waystones. Okay. Let's look at the exchange rates. can't make any money flipping between Exalted Orbs, Chaos Orbs, and Divine Orbs. It never works. As far as I'm concerned. But I'm just trying to get an idea for what these things are worth. Oh, I've heard about this. Is there a spread here? No. No, let's just run uncut gems. 31. Oh, no, that's divine. 1. So it looks like there's no spread here. How about level 19? I definitely have some stuff I could sell, but I'm not really sure what it is. But I don't want to actually be a hideout warrior. I want to smash shit. So let's just run a T15 here. And you know what? I'm just going to give it 5 mods. Playing it safe still. I'm not like very tanky or anything. Oh, so I've got chatters. Hey guys, what's up? But it's just vulgar comments. And then I'm not sure what Bonishtyava means. I guess it's Russian, because that would be the Russian flag. And your name is Russia V7Z. So these are bots. I would like to delete these chats, actually.
Come here! Face me! Brittle!
You there, local, hungry.
the thing is, I play
originally also winging it, kind of, because we didn't really know anything about the Oracle. We didn't really know anything about the plant skills, how they will eventually function in the game. There was not really any baseline to go off of. The only baseline I really had when starting off was the other spell physical skills, and I kind of tried to gauge a little bit on how much they could actually work in campaign, and my hope was that it actually will work in campaign, because Bone Cage and Bone Storm was always a pretty solid pick in campaign just overall. And I had exactly the opposite of Miso's experience, because it worked so incredibly well that I couldn't believe it, kind of, during the campaign, because you get Entangle on level 1, and basically your first reaction, or my first reaction when getting Entangle immediately as your first skill was, oh my god, this works incredibly well, because starting out in Act 1 and starting out when you get Entangle, it's very immediately noticeable how good it works, because it not only slowed down the everything, the monsters and everything, but it also dealt a very, very good amount of damage. So in Act 1, I kind of went with an Entangle, Volcano, Lightning Bolt mix, because I had a +2 Lightning Bolt staff pretty quick, and that just carried me through Act 1, even though I had no idea what I was going for and what I was gonna end up using in Act 1. I still did like a 50-minute Act 1, which was kind of crazy to me, because that is almost as fast as some of the runs I've done before on characters that I've actually practiced on. So, and then it kind of just went even better from there, because you had Entangle, and then you had Thrashing Vines, and then I played also just Bone Cage and Bone Storm on top, and you didn't really need anything more. It was literally just that, and it worked incredibly well. The passive tree for the Druid side was just amazing, especially for a campaign, because you just got raw damage on anything. I was struggling with attributes a little bit, because every single note you were able to pick was just straight up damage. You were just pathing towards the when I saw the Wild Surge Incarnation keystone, which basically just gives 50% more damage, and it was, yeah, I'm going towards that as soon as possible. I think you had that at like level 18 or something, I think. And then it was just, and then you path towards the next plant cluster, which gave you like another 100% damage or something on plant and physical spell skills. So yeah, it should be, in my opinion, a baseline on how more campaign design for specific build archetypes or characters should work out. It was luck. In the end, it was definitely luck. It could have been a Miso situation there, where I was like, oh fuck, this is not working at all, and I have to rethink everything now. But yeah, and I'm still on plants. I'm in endgame now. I have like the content is finished. I just hit level 97, and it still works, and I basically still use the same skills I use in campaign. The main damage is still Entangle, main damage single target is still Thrashing Vines, and then you just have some other tech in there, and it just works. I usually, it takes me like a week to start thinking about another build and what to go for next, but I'm pretty happy right now on plants, and yeah, it was a really, really good league start.
Didn't you get a divine off of Monkey? I think I saw a clip of that.
Yes.
Was that in a campaign?
Yeah. A lot of
campaign
people got divines in campaign this time around. I don't know about you guys, but in my chat,
yeah, a lot of people got headhunters this league.
Yeah, somebody chanced one on stream on day one. It's crazy. I wonder who that is.
And another person chanced one yesterday. Again, this guy has a title in his stream now where it's !Headhunter 5.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't chance it. I got it from a reliquary.
Alright, true.
Great.
But I
That's
watched
even- that's
I watched Exile against it today, and like 4 other streamers also got a headhunter. This is
Damn,
ridiculous.
I got a lot of heavy belts in my stash. I need to go chance them, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
pulling it now, by the way.
Stockpile.
Headhunter is gonna drop in price heavily. It was the same last league. For some reason, I don't know why, it seems much more common to be able to get a Headhunter through chancing and
Because
the
it's-
Relegatory for some reason.
It's only T1.
Oh, is it? It's not
Right?
T0?
It's
It
not
is, right?
T0, which is
Yeah.
weird. They need to change that. But I don't care,
Yeah.
man. Whatever. Headhunter.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Like, I got Headhunter like 3 days ago or something, and it just, when you get Headhunter this early into a league, you're just
Yeah, that's crazy.
flying. You're just flying through. But yeah, that's
That's cool.
I think another good discussion. I think Headhunter should be T0 for how powerful it is and for how build defining it is, because you can just slap it onto every single build and it just makes it better, especially
You know,
when we have it.
it's only because of Abyss. If Abyss wasn't there, Headhunter was kind of meh.
No, I mean,
It's
even
Abyss.
That's
before
true as well.
Abyss, Headhunter was
No,
decent.
like people didn't really use it. It
That was
a
also
lot
when
cheaper.
it was 20 seconds. So
I don't.
when
I don't know
Abyss
about
came-
that.
No, even after the 60 seconds, not many people used
Yeah,
it. Now,
I think the 60
like,
seconds was the thing. I really do.
I don't like headhunter.
No, you're wrong.
I mean, I'll try to pull up
It's
numbers. of
Abyss
past
that made it
seasons.
really. Yeah, no, Abyss made it very popular
Oh sure.
I've used it
probably
because
made
the
it.
Abyss mods are insane. Like the
I've used
normal
headhunter
release
once.
is like whatever.
I don't like it. I don't want to use it.
we have
I don't like
we have
things
four
that
different
are that
opinions right now.
powerful. I don't know. It's just too good. It's like it becomes the
No, it's
build.
not
Like some of the
too
mods,
good.
some of the mods are just so annoying. Like the one that warps you around and stuff. And it's just like I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like build the items that change my gameplay like that. I don't know. I want my build to be good without headhunter stealing buffs.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
weird?
it's the same. But like once you can apply an headhunter to it as well, like I always make sure that my build works without it, and then I add
Yes.
I mean,
That's also.
I mean, that's smart.
That's the thing about Headhunter. Even if your build works without it, which it should, and most builds I think should work without Headhunter. If you have a build that only functions well with Headhunter, I would argue that it's not
Probably not a good
good build.
Yeah.
But it just makes, like Congar said, if you just then slap on Headhunter, it just makes the build better. In
Yep.
99% of cases, I would say. There's like
It's
specific
kind of like a maze
things.
blood, right?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. That's great. Fun.
it's a luxury item. At the end of the day. It's supposed to be a luxury item.
And belts are it's a very flexible top.
I'm not ready.
It's easy to build around headhunter.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's sometimes a bit hard to put it in because your belts, like you can have try resist on there, quite high life, and some
It's
other
the most.
stuff.
It's the slot that gives the most survivability the easiest, I'd say.
Yeah.
Other than the
Okay,
chest
that's
armor,
belt
I
right
guess.
now.
Other than chest
You
armor.
get triple res, max life armor on it. Belts are really good.
Yeah.
I almost always use a red belt, a rare belt, unless I'm using Darkness and Throne.
Yeah, I mean,
think
I
that's the
think
one, right?
everybody's build. So for us, everybody's build at the end of the day comes down to Headhunter and the belt, like at end game at this point. I think. I don't know.
For my
Guys
league,
agree.
I mean, I don't use it.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much
respectable.
everybody's-
I'm a weird one. I did a week start that was Iron Ward. We talked about the Iron Ward changes last week, and when I saw the radius increase, I was like, oh, this is going to be stupid. And it wasn't as stupid as I thought it would be. Just like from Act 1, you're clearing off a screen with it. Its single target bit was really ass for the campaign, so I was forced to swap the Thorns like at level 40 for single target, but Iron Ward like has carried the clear the entire campaign and through all of Endgame. The problem I ran into it was, well, AI League started Oracle, and Oracle was bad for the build, so I ended up having to swap the Shaman, and ultimately you should be able to Gemling, I think. And then two, it's just like, it's one of those builds that like, you should not League start it, because it takes like a mirror to make it as good, like, as efficient as you want it to be, because it's a self-damage loop, so it's Iron Ward loop, my minions die, and I take self-damage from Heartbound loop that fills up Iron Ward, and if you're doing it that way, you want to get like as many minions respawning as fast as possible, and like the cost of that right now is just like so insane, and it just, I didn't want to be sitting there farming for a mirror on like a build that was like mid at the, like, it just mid right now. It was really fun, and Iron Ward was as cool as I thought it would be, but it was just too hard to scale the single target without lots of currency. So then I swapped to a deadly. Well, actually, I want to keep talking about that build because, funny enough, day one, or day two, it was like the morning of day two, I bought a Mamanamu's Tithe because I was doing the minion death thing. And I didn't realize I was going to be getting invulnerability aura, and I bought it for 1 Exalt. And I remember thinking when I was using it, I was like, oh, this is OP. I should go buy more of these, and I didn't. And now it's just like one of the most meta OP broken items right now. I'm blown away by a Mamamamu's Tithe. I cannot believe they let Invuln Aura on it. It's like I have a legit 80% uptime on Invuln Aura. King Kong and Dead Rabbit, you're both using that tech? Or no?
No.
No, no one should use it. It's not good. It's not good. We should also just stop talking about it. I think talking
It's
about
gonna
it
get
is
nerfed. It's an oversight. It shouldn't be in the game. It's gonna the immunity thing is gonna get deleted. It's just gonna be gone.
Let
Like
me
the
keep it. Let
the
me
rest
keep it for
stays.
Christmas, please.
If your build is good just because of that stupid thing, your build sucks basically.
No, it's
So-
just better now. It's so fun now. It's so fun now. Just like visually, I really like it. It's so nice just having that exploding wolf pack the whole time, and you get like all these. It's so awesome. No,
Yeah,
I agree with you, but I would like to keep it for Christmas, just as a
Yeah.
Christmas gift for me. I would really like to keep it.
I think it's gonna get deleted on like a middle patch. Like they
Yeah,
usually
for-
don't delete stuff. But I
It's so
think
dumb,
like
man.
the immunity buff is gone. I don't know how they put that in the game. Like this happens every single time. Like something that gives immunity just gets completely nuked and
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Because
It
they
should be.
didn't intend it. They
For-
probably
for-
accidentally, some intern or something did that. Who knows?
It was John.
For anyone listening, because I don't think we have explained it. So Amamamus Tithe
Amanamu.
is a lineage support gem that you get from Abyss when you do the Abyss, the Abyssal Depths. At the end, there's always a chest, and you have a chance to get that. It's around 10 divines right now, so it's not cheap, definitely, because a lot of people have noticed it now. So it basically says that when a persistent minion that you have socket this lineage support gem in, when one of those minions dies, you have a 50% chance to get a abyssal modifiers, and everyone knows, like Kongo already said in the Headhunter discussion, that the abyssal modifiers are one of the strongest ones you can steal in the game, probably the strongest ones. Now we also have Wolfpack, and Wolfpack summons 6 wolves standard. So if you then use Inferno Legion, which basically kills your wolves, basically instant, you can do the math in your head yourself, I think. If you kill 6 wolves every single time in like 3 or 4 seconds, that means every 3 or 4 seconds you have a very high chance to get all 3 abyssal modifiers at all times. And you can do it on any build, because if you don't have the spirit for the 60 spirit for the wolf pack, you can just do it on weapon set 2 and just weapon switch once in a while, every 20 seconds or something, and get it. I personally did today. I just bought a spirit body armor, so I don't have to do the weapon switch anymore because I'm lazy as hell. And now I just have abyssal modifiers the whole time on top of my headhunter. So that is just the short explanation. And I
You
think
know,
it's
want to
really
know
fun.
something funny? Like this bug. Like I'm just gonna call it a bug because that's what it is. Like, well, it's not a bug. Like it's this mistake. They also had last leak. Remember, there was this one thing that you could have a specter or something, or a pet or a companion, whatever the fuck it was, that had that aura, and it was like 100% uptime. They got rid of that so quick. So yeah, just enjoy
there's
it as it lasts.
Yeah, it's definitely
There's
gonna go. Like you
definitely-
said, 60 spirit is way too low for like you be able to use that with Wolfpack. Like it's 10 spirit per minion. That's like the most pound for pound you can get for it. And it's just funny that it slotted perfectly into my already self minion build. It was just like day 2. It was just like, oh, Amanamu's Type. This seems interesting. Like a random chatter was like, hey, you should try that lineage.
I'm
I
sure
was like,
someone will
okay.
want that.
And then it just ended up being so dumb. Like you shouldn't. Yeah, it has to go.
It's not.
It has to go.
It's not the only oversight, and like Kongo is super right about that. And I don't think that is like a hype on or like a knock on GGG or anything. When
No,
you
it
have
just happens.
these many things coded into a game, or like brought into the game, and especially in an update like this with the Val and everything, there is gonna be stuff like that. There is gonna be oversight. I think Soul Tether, for example, the no downside Soul Tether is probably another example of what is probably an oversight. Because if you have the no downside Soul Tether and you have 10,000 energy shield, you perma have 10,000 energy shield, and it just basically made the blood mages and the characters who are using the Covenant just basically immortal. I mean, anything that doesn't one-shot your 10,000 plus energy shield in one hit, you're just immortal because you perma have energy shield leech, because you can have a Soul Tether now with no downside. And
I don't think that was an
there's going to be
oversight,
oversights. Like,
I don't think that was an oversight. I think that was pretty intentional. I mean,
then let me, if then
It's
let me
energy
keep my-
shield.
let
He
me keep
might
my
have a
exploding wolves
point.
then.
No. I mean, Misha has a point. It's energy shield, fucking good. It's intended. Yep.
No, the reason why
Okay,
I think it's
that's true.
intentional is because for the Mass of the Stitch Demon, they took
What's
out
new?
one of the lines, and
Yeah, true.
they
Maligoros
so they knew to look for that. It's like for the Abyssal mod, maybe it was their first time or whatever. They knew like, oh, some of the stuff would be like kind of like they're probably like, oh, okay, let's just do this. But then like for the Vol ones, they have experience making like Volborn, or I guess not Volborn,
Yeah.
but what was the other one? Foulborn items from PoE1.
Foulborn,
But then also in this one, they clearly, for some of the items, they did take out some of the super OP ones. And this is like obvious. It was obvious. Like anybody looking at it could have seen like, hey, this is going to be OP, in my opinion. So I do think that it is
Yeah.
probably intentional.
I just meant like in the comparison to what we have with the
I'll fill
I
that
don't
in
think
as soon
it's
as I can.
Because
if you compare the two, the Amumamu's Tithe interaction, if you compare it with like something like the Soul Tether, I don't think it's that much more
I think it's a
broken
pretty
or
big
OP.
difference, because if your build's bad, if you're not doing damage, it doesn't do any good for you. Whereas
I
Abonamu's
think
thing,
the
you
Soul
could-
Tether is more overpowered because there are windows where you don't get the invulnerability aura. So if you have a shit build, you're gonna die. It's not permanent invulnerable.
Yeah, it
It's
might be
bad for
more-
the game. It should go, but
I think it's
Soul
more
Tether just seems
overpowered.
OP.
Yeah, it's more overpowered, but the thing is, like, again, like I said, if you have the item, but if you don't build your character correctly, it's not gonna do anything for you.
Yep.
Right? If you don't,
Yep.
you're not doing damage, then it doesn't do anything. Whereas the Abonamu's Tithe, it's like literally you just slap it on, and do the wolf minion, and you're just like, all right.
I mean,
well,
yeah, that's stupid.
We're good.
Yeah, but
right?
I
They're both
mean,
It's like a
they're
no-brainer.
both too
thing.
strong.
Yeah,
It
they're
is
both
probably
stupid,
too
in my
strong.
opinion.
It's OP, but I'm not. I'm
Probably,
saying
he
like,
says.
but it's.
I can see it already. I can see the comments
Miso
already.
needs to
And
play
we're a fan
more armor
podcast.
builds because, like, it's way too overpowered. I'm not getting near that tanky. I have a question. Did you any of you
I
guys
can-
ever play with Armor ES? Because I've heard bad things that Armor ES didn't pan out.
Well,
Was
Yes.
it good? That was
No.
bad.
I played Armor ES in season 1. It was fucking insane.
I meant this patch
Me.
for like the bark skin stuff. Like I was interested in
Oh.
that shit. I didn't know if it would be
I
good.
haven't
I'm
touched Energy Shield yet.
I exactly played that, and I'm not saying Armor yes like in general is bad, because I've seen people actually make it work. My experience just now was I had Armor yes during campaign. It was really good, and Bark Skin worked out really well in campaign. But then once I got to endgame and progressed further in T50 maps and everything, it just kept getting worse and worse compared to what you can just get in full energy shield. I think it can absolutely be good, armor energy shield, but you need a shit ton of armor and you also need a shit ton of energy shield, and that just requires a lot of investment and a lot of points in the passive tree and a lot of affixes on your gear. And at that point, just go energy shield, and it just doesn't make sense. I really wanted to make it work, and I was kind of stubborn about it this league. And when it kind of felt like it didn't work out at first, I really wanted to make it work and try to actually go in. I had a body armor with the suffix of armor applies to elemental. I had a helmet and boots, and I even went into Prism Guard on the passive tree and everything, and it still didn't feel good. And then I switched to full ES. I got like 8,000 ES with convalescence and some energy shield recharge, and now now we have the glove socketable as well, which basically gives you convalescence every 2 seconds automatically. And it's just, energy shield is like, as someone who has been, I don't know if abusing is the right word, but abusing energy shield for since the start of PoE2, I really wanted to do something else this time around, but it it just didn't feel as good. And
Resist, young one. Resist.
Huh?
Resist the energy shield urge.
I thought like, you meant like, oh, the resistance.
No,
I can't. I tried to. I really tried to.
You sound like a drug addict.
Yeah, dude.
I tried to. I really tried.
You got any of
I
the
really
energy
tried.
shield?
Got that blue
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. I know. I'm
Addicted to
back.
the blue.
I'm back on it now. I'm back on it now, and I don't regret. I don't regret.
crystal
No
blue.
rehab. No rehab for me.
I think again, I don't know if this is true, but one of my chatters was like, "Oh, if you're playing Jin, you could play Armor ES, not invest into ES at all, and so you could get your ES to like 7K or something like that." So I don't know. I don't know how true it is. Somebody was saying that, so potentially Jin could make Armor ES work. I know Jin does have built-in stuff for Armor ES, so maybe that class can do it. I'm not playing Jin. I don't think any of us are playing Jin, so
Looks
I've
insane
been
though.
tempted.
yeah, it looks really cool.
I have not seen anything. I've seen the Beetle build. Beetle build looks cool, but I haven't seen like any builds for it yet. What are people using from it?
Or they just blow up screens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The water gin freeze explosion seems really cool to me. I don't know, like I haven't seen that many builds. I know Barotha's making a build around it, but it seems like a really cool something. There's somebody in my YouTube chat just said I got 7K ES and 57% from the Jin node. So it seems like it's pretty insane. Yes.
Cool.
But yeah, speaking of like defensive layers, I am playing an armor character in the end game for the first time. I finally discovered the right side of the tree. For the longest time, I thought that it was a void over there, especially the bottom right, and I am deep on the bottom right now. And I am right now, I would say, because of the changes to crafting.
Wait, right
now,
or left? Wait, what are you playing?
sorry, the left side of the tree.
Yeah,
I
you
was
confused me
what do you
too. I was like,
mean,
what
bro?
do you mean?
I finally
That's where you
discovered
normally
that.
play, bro.
I finally discovered the bottom left side of the tree, and I am, because of the crafting changes, it's harder to get like good gear, right? So I'm like trying to figure out how I can, like, you know, reasonably for a decent price get like a high armor chest with, like, you know, good life, because like looking at like some of the more deterministic ways to craft, I can get like a high armor chest piece but no life. So yeah, I'm like right now struggling with like survivability a little bit. I probably die every next 5 maps or so, because Wyvern is basically melee. Like it,
Have you tried Brass Dome?
Hmm?
Have you tried Brass Dome?
No, I haven't.
No.
It's really high armor, you're immune.
No, I
Yeah, but
haven't.
you can't use chests, right?
Well, no, you can. I'm not playing Smith. I'm playing Mercenary.
No, but Brass Dome. I think we talked about it on stream earlier.
No, that's Bringer of Rain.
Yeah, I think Brass Dome is a body
Ah.
armor. It's like it's got high base armor. It got buffed in this patch. It's got really high. It's
Okay,
like a
that
really
one.
it's a really cheap starter unique. Has immunity to crits, or not immunity crit. You take no extra damage from crits. And it's like it's like -1, -2 all res on it or something.
Holy, yeah, that's 3,000 armor. God damn.
It's really good. Really good. I think mine's up to almost 4,000.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are using Mariah this patch because it did get a big buff. so you could
Morior?
put-
Oh, Moriors?
Yeah. So
Was it how? Is it called Morior or Moriors?
I
I always
don't
call
know.
it Moriors.
Warrior.
Okay.
yeah,
I'm a warrior, so I call it a warrior.
I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but I think you might get like kind of lower armor on that because I think it
You do, yeah.
caps at like, you know, maybe like 1,000 or something like that, maybe lower. So I don't know. Maybe I use that, maybe I don't, but I don't know how expensive it is, like a good rolled one. But yeah, I just at this point I'm still trying to figure it out. I think like one of the things I'm missing is like life. My life pool is pretty low, 2.4k. I'd like to get it to like 3k, but again, like I don't have life on my chest. I think I need like % life on my amulet. But yeah, life is pretty low on my side for sure.
What stats do you have on your chest? Like the prefixes?
All armor. So it's at like
Okay.
so it's like well, it's not even that highly rolled because it's got a T3% armor because I think you get that from the essence. So it's got like 2.3k armor about is what I have on that chest armor. Yeah. And it's got LE to armor to LE as well, like 25%. I think I'm rocking around like 80% LE to armor or armor to LE right now for my character at like 16k armor, like that. 17k armor.
17k armor, like total.
Yeah.
That's pretty low.
I don't know
Welcome
what the
to
average
armor.
of
I get why
it
you're
is.
dying every 5 maps. If you have 17k armor as a melee, you're dying every 5 maps.
I don't know what the numbers are
L
supposed to
plus
be.
ratio.
I'm dying a lot, and I have like 40k armor. Like,
40K.
when I'm in the middle of shit.
Dude, I never use armor. I don't use energy shields. I don't use evasion. I just get as much life as I can,
Stack?
and I use like insta leech. And then I just make my character super fast and have high attack speed. And that's also what I did with my Stampede guy. I got to level 100. So,
I wish I could do that. I'm using LE damage. No fizz.
How much life do you have right now?
Me?
Oh, well, yeah.
Only 3.5, but I mean, I got shit here still. So. Actually, 3.9, I think. No, I went down to 3.5 again because I changed ascendancy nodes.
And you're not doing any
I'm
armor
lying.
stacking? Like, is the bear helping at all with it?
No, I don't armor stack. I just run really quick and I blow up the screen. So, no.
It's same build you played last league, essentially.
Kinda, yeah. Then bear.
Okay.
In a way.
I mean, Rampage is basically Stampede, but like better for
Yep.
most cases.
No, worse.
You think it's
My
worse?
Stampede character shits all over the bear, but the bear is fun. Like, I already played Stampede. Like, I switched to Stampede to get some gear, and then now I went back to bear because I tried some different stuff with the bear. Stampede is still an insane build. I just wanted to make sure that it worked, and it works really well. But Stampede is way better than bear. Like, it has better single targets. It is easier to control, and it screen clears. The bear is, it has weird movement. Like, if you rampage, sometimes you just rampage the other side. It's like, you want to go right, and never mind, you're going left. Shit like that. That's, you just got to get used to it. But other than that, like, the bear slam is insane. Like, I love the slam. I slam it, his entire screen is one big explosion. Super fun.
I
Do you
think
use the Grand Spectrum movies?
Not at the moment.
But you
I'm
will
poor.
swap them in eventually? Okay, yeah.
And maybe,
Just curious.
yeah. Maybe I could. I'm not sure if there's room. Maybe I'll put 1 or 2 if I can fit them in.
I'll have to try, like, Giga life stacking. I've only done Giga life stacking on, like, I think it was what's called Veil of the Night cheese builds last patch. That's the only time I've ever tried to just fully life stack as a defensive layer.
I think something
I don't need that much life to rely on life. Really.
Yeah, because you're using instant leech. Are you doing pure instant leech, or are you doing, like, the 20% one? The 20% power?
Right now I only have 8. But yeah, that's enough. Like, I just need to divine it up at one point.
Cool.
See.
You're posting a video tomorrow, you said? I'll have to watch. That sounds cool.
Yeah. After this.
I think what I need to do is potentially swap over to cold convert on Wyvern, or some way to get freeze, because like right now the problem with Wyvern, and we're kind of talking about like the transformers right now, but right now the biggest problem with Wyvern, and I mean the thing that makes it the worst thing, is like it's the slowest. I think it's the slowest to clear out of every single build. It also moves very slow. Because when you're using Flame Breath, you're slower, on top of always being pretty much melee. And since it's fire, there's no way to like, the AoE is very small. It's a very small AoE. So it's like, on top of being fire, so you're not like, clearing screens with heralds, it's also like a very small AoE. So I think I might need to cold convert my fire so I could potentially use Herald of Ice, and then that could help out with clear. Because right now, clear
Herald of
is
Ice.
amazing.
Herald of Ice seems like, again, one of the better ways to clear. Do you guys feel like the density changes have impacted your clear at
I need
all?
more time.
No. No, I barely noticed it, honestly.
I know
They
it's
did a
very
good job with that.
I know it's very noticeable on his builds like Poker Strike. Corbin came in my stream the other day and talked about it, and I've been hearing like people talk about it on my Spiral Volley build as well, because Spiral Volley relies on having high density to be able to build charges, and people are struggling. But you know, granted, I think some people are like earlier in the map, so like, you know, they have like the density scaling skill, I think, where it's like tier 1 has less density than tier 15. But I know Corbin, he, you know, got through endgame, and he was saying that Flicker feels really bad now compared to the past, because it just doesn't chain across the screen as much anymore.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Rabbit? Density changes, if you felt them?
No, honestly, I said to my, I said like multiple times, I think if they wouldn't have mentioned that, I wouldn't have probably noticed it. I think Jonathan explained it as well. It wasn't just, it's just not straight up 40% less monsters or something, but he had like a way of explaining it to try where it just makes sense to me. I couldn't like repeat it in the same way. But no, I don't think it's felt. I actually really enjoyed how the maps feel in terms of that right now. That was definitely a plus side for me. It's still crazy sometimes. Sometimes when you have these certain maps with Abyss and Breach on them, it's still you still have the same craziness in terms of density, and it didn't lose. That is what, like, to harp on to quickly finish that point. I think that was the biggest worry for a lot of people, that you lose that satisfaction of like blowing up these big groups, and I don't think we've lost that. It feels very good still.
I think the thing was that Bubgun talked about this too on his stream. He said that like the league mechanics still have the same density. So Abyss, Breach. So it's like if you're running Abyss, if you're running Breach, as long as you're doing those mechanics, the density is about the same. But if you're not running those, then the density changes that are really, like, you know, felt. They're really impactful.
Okay.
I have personally not noticed it, but
Come here.
yeah. I haven't played something like Edie Con. I don't know if that feels like, I don't know if Edie Con is necessarily suffering at all. Or Poison Prolif builds. I don't know if those are suffering at all. But I have not noticed it.
I can't yet.
People have been saying that EDCon feels worse to sleep, from what I've gathered, but you know, again, those people could have been early maps. Because, like, yeah, I say typically my audience and the content that I make is more geared towards like people who are earlier in the game. So a lot of the people come in on my stream or, you know, a certain number of are earlier.
I do really quickly talk about Oracle. Both Rabbit and I League started Oracle, and it was exactly how we expected. There were some things like the plant things that were just really good, and then there were some things that were just like so niche and weird that they don't make sense. I was trying my hardest to come up, like, there's an Oracle bow passive that gives bow shots culling strike. And I was trying my hardest to find any reason why you would do a bow culling strike on Oracle versus a Witch Hunter who starts with culling strike, with decimating strike, in the bow section. And there's just nothing added over there, so there was just like a lot of nonsense stuff that's just like, why would you ever do this without you having more support there? Rabbit, what was your experience with all the plant passives? Like, do you, like, are you okay with the Oracle start? Because I swapped off. It was like useless for most of my builds.
For plants, it was actually really good. I'm looking at my tree right now. There's quite a few things that I'm utilizing from the Oracle tree. It is pretty nice, and especially going into the endgame now. For example, the Entwined Realities Ascendancy node, I'm using quite a bit now. I'm using 3 different keystones to get like.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Let me count it up. It's 6 different notables that I can take with that. So, yeah, I'm definitely using it. For the most part, though, I think the Forced Outcome notable is probably also the one that is most important for my build. The whole it just lends itself very well to cast on critical, because you basically crit all the time with slight damage reduction when the crit has to be rerolled. No, Oracle was really, really good for me. I still like the Ascendancy a lot. The build that I'm playing is probably pretty universal though. I don't think you need to be on Oracle. I think you can do this on a Blood Mage. I'm pretty sure you can. I've seen Gorata do it on a Jhin very well. It's just a caster thing. You don't need to play the Oracle, but I think it is very, very good on the Oracle due to some of the nodes that are just very, very strong like that. So yeah, I just same for I got lucky a little bit in picking all of this, and it kind of worked out. And then in the end game it required some further cooking, and we're pretty close to a min-max stage of the build, and it looks absolutely insane now. So yeah, was really good. I think Oracle is going to be a very interesting ascendancy for the future as well, because it's so universal. That's what I thought when they initially showed the Oracle and showed what it does. It's very universal. All the ascendancy nodes, they don't really have a strict caster focus, especially the top ones that just give you crit, and the bottom ones just give you more nodes and the from nothings. So I think there's going to be a lot of builds in the future still on many different archetypes that are going to utilize the Oracle like that, and yeah, it's cool.
By the way, the clone thing, we talked about the clone thing last week, how it could be really cool, but it was probably going to be bad, and it is as clunky and as bad as you would expect it to be. It is. I don't know if you tried playing with it, Rabbit, but like any time I tried to use the clones, like it just.
I was warned.
I was
warned to not use it. I was warned to not use it, and yeah, and same goes a little bit for. I think on the Oracle tree, I think two of the Ascendancy node need a little bit of a kind of a look at, because moment of vulnerability, like you just said, is I don't think there is any case of anyone picking that ever. And same goes for Align Fate a little bit, because Align Fate is basically we power up a like the TLDR, or the explain to me like I'm 5 of Align Fate is every 9 seconds one of your skill gets powered up. It's basically like ancestrally boosted every 9 minutes or something. In a game where 99% of builds are just spamming a certain skill over and over and over again, having one of those casts be boosted every 9 seconds is just, it's never gonna happen. No one's gonna pick that. I think the totem node is fine, and it's very, very good. You just get +1 limit totem and they get last gasp. So I think that's cool, but I think the other two nodes are, and as soon as they see, because GGG 100% has data every single league on what is getting picked, and then if something has 0% pick rate or less than 1% pick rate, that automatically means I think they're gonna look at it. So yeah, it's cool. And also, by the way, the Harmony Within node on Oracle is basically just bad mind over matter.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, very cool nodes, and then on the other side some really underwhelming nodes. So almost like this patch. Some very cool stuff, very good stuff, but then on the other hand, a little bit underwhelming in other parts.
Well, speaking of underwhelming, King Kongor, what has been your experience with the Val Temples?
Oh man. Oh. The Val Temple. Oh my goodness. I just don't understand it. Like how it got in the game in its current state. It's great in the campaign. But it's by far the most frustrating league mechanic I've ever seen. Easily. Which is hold on. Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. I had one of those special rooms that is supposed to reward you with like 3 chests and give you a lot of gold. Like my gold gets filtered when it's in small little piles. So every time I went in the room, I kept hearing that I was picking up gold. So I was like, how am I getting gold? I didn't really see me gain gold. So I just pressed alt, and I see like little stacks of 10, 20. And I'm like, bruh, I'm like in a level 80 temple. What the hell is this? And then after that, I killed one white mob, and it dropped more gold than was in that entire, like, you know, vault, like the hidden vault that you have to put in like yourself. I mean, it was level 1. I'm not sure if you can level those up, probably. But it's just like there's so many things I don't understand. Like, why do you get 1 or 2 roads and like 4 rooms? And why, if you put those rooms next to something else, they don't connect? And like, my temple was bricked for the first like almost entire week. And why do I need to run 6 maps to go in there to get literally nothing? It's just like, this was not tested, not at all. Maybe in the campaign, but it was not tested. It just it was the biggest bullshit ever. I mean, you're coming with the patch soon. It should be better, but time will tell.
The way I thought about it when I first played with it was clearly tested by somebody who had infinite runs. They were not mapping between. Like, the fact that you have to do 6 maps between, especially like if you're doing like Waystone 15s that you're like full clearing and stuff, that's so long without getting to do the event. You're in it for like 10 minutes. To me, it is like, I'm not someone who likes looking up like the guides for doing stuff week 1 and stuff. I just like to go into it and fart around, and it is the most over-designed, least explained experience I've ever had in an ARPG. I still have no idea what's going on in the temple. There was a few days where I was just resetting it every day, not knowing what I was... Like, I didn't understand what I was doing. I was just resetting it daily. Like, I wasted so much time in there, and it's just... I don't even do it anymore. Like, I just literally don't even do it anymore. I haven't killed that Zeri yet, which I'm really sad about. I really wanted to kill her. I haven't bothered going in so long. I'm waiting for the patch. When I looked at the patch notes, I didn't even understand what any of the changes they were doing. That's how little I've understood this mechanic. I have not looked up any guides yet that explain it. I saw a Neversing video where he was trying to like say, you can just set up this pathing that gets you to farm at Zeri easily, and that's the most I looked into it.
I did run it every single time, personally. I just do it. Just to get, like the kind of person I am, you give me something, I will do it. Like, something to work towards, like at Zeri, because Zeri drops are pretty good, actually. You can drop some nice stuff, and you get to see her ass, which is nice. So, you know, reason to go in, right? So I go in every single time. I did run a lot, but it's just it takes too long to set up, and it's really not worth going in, so you're not missing out, other than, you know.
I want to do it. It's just, it's weird, man. It's such a weirdly set up system. It's just not intuitive to me at all, as someone who doesn't like, you know, again, I might be in the minority, especially with the audience here. Everyone here, like, most people are min-maxers who want to, like, figure out the day 1 strats and do it perfectly, and I don't do that. And just going in blind, has one of the worst user experiences I've ever had in a game. It's just like...
I think,
true.
Wait, Congo, are you gonna say something?
So, like, I don't want to be completely doing, because I do think the game, like, the temple also brings a lot of cool stuff. Like, the double corrupt is really cool, and the quality.
I haven't done robo arms once. Like, by the way, I was super excited to make a tanky character that I could get permanent robo arms on, and I haven't seen them once.
I mean, yeah, there's a level 3 room. You can get even attack speed from that. You can get basically 10% attack speed on each arm. I wonder if there's also a movement speed one. I haven't seen it yet.
10% attack speed?
Yes, for arms.
Jesus.
So,
on
there's
both
definitely
arms
some
and
really
legs,
cool...
or just the arms?
Just the arms. Like, arms have, like, I think the attack speed is one of the better things you can get. Maybe you can also get cast speed. I think I did see cast speed myself, but, you know, I don't need that. There's really cool stuff. I like those things that you can get from the temple. I wish, like, it wasn't on your first dead that they, you know, like, it would have been cool if it's like, okay, after 5 deaths, you know, like, your arm falls off and it regrows, like, whatever. It gives us a little bit of fun with it. Oh, okay, so you can get movement speed. Fupgun got movement speed last night. Someone just said. So there's really cool stuff. The double corrupting thing, like, corrupted twice, is cool. And, like, my favorite, honestly, is the quality improvement that eventually corrupts your item, but it doesn't corrupt as in, like, it changes your item. It's just become corrupted and your item's done. That is sick. So, and the funny part is, the quality...
Sorry, re-explain that corrupted and it just puts the corruption tag on it and no change?
No. So you have this thing that if you have an item with 20%, you can up it to 30%, but it could it could basically corrupt on the first use, and you just become 21% or 22. But you could get it
Oh.
all the way to 30. So
That's cool.
exceptional bases that have 28%, for example, lost all their value. Like, the only valuable exceptionals now are 3 sockets, pretty much, because you can just add more quality anyways once your item is done. So you have a double exceptional, which is I do like this. I think it's great. And there's a
That's
lot of
cool.
cool stuff that they added in the temple. So, you know, like, I don't hate the temple. I just hate how it was introduced. It was very undercooked and rushed, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like the temple is, well, I think Ziz put it best in like his video. He said like it's not very PoE 2 because PoE 2 is supposed to be like, you know, more approachable, something that you can kind of like hop in and learn as you go type of situation, as opposed to having to like look something up. Of course, it's more advantageous always to look something up, but it's like a lot of the things are supposed to be a little bit more intuitive, where you go in there and it's like, hey, you don't have to look at a guide and you can still kind of learn it, which is definitely not the temple. It's sure you could probably learn it after like spending a lot of time with it, but like it's very convoluted, and it's like the UI also doesn't help. It's like, why can't you just explain like, hey, this upgrades this, or this upgrades this, or something like that in the UI in the game itself? Like, why don't you just do that? So it's like, you know, very convoluted, very badly explained, all that stuff. And on top of it, it's like the rewards aren't great right now either. So it's like there's not really much of a reason to run the temple. So hopefully after the reward changes, it'll be better. But personally, as a person that doesn't like, I don't like the mapping stuff that takes you out of the map flow, like even expedition, I think I don't like, because like it causes you to be like, okay, I'm going zoom zoom zoom, and all of a sudden I have to sit down and think. So it's kind of the same thing where like, you know, it's even a layer beyond that, where it's like, now I gotta go through a loading screen into a empty room that you have to walk down this long ass hallway to get to the terminal. Now you got to sit there, and then now you think, and then you go in there after you're done, and then you like, the density is not even that high in there either. So it's like, you know, it takes you completely out of the mapping experience, and I've never liked mechanics like that, even in Path of Exile 1. Like, I'm not a fan of like incursions, and I mean, this is an incursion league. I'm not a big fan of incursions in general, because it's kind of the same thing, even though it's better. Like, I'd say the density in incursion is better. I think it's snappier, it's faster, right? You just like, okay, you open the map, you look for the boss that gives you the right thing, and you go, right? So it's like, I personally, I don't connect with this league, but on top of that, I think the league is also like, right now at this point, like very badly designed and very unintuitive. I also think, like, I agree that the arms stuff, like, I would have very much preferred, like what you said, die 5 times, that